pretty awesome here though. Nothing like it.
Basically going on a big trip across the states. It's about 10,000 kilometers. I gotta do it before Trump gets in. It's cold as hell out right now. I'm really hoping it'll be nice and warm when we get down there.
This might be one of the craziest things we've ever done, but should be pretty eye-opening. We're gonna meet a lot of cool people, I think, and see a lot of cool stuff. It's really the only time in our young lives we have to do something crazy like this and take 3 weeks and drive across the United States and, you know, see all the cool rocks and shit, so should be good.
Oh, we gotta reset the truck. This trip we aren't camping every night, because camping for 3 weeks straight isn't very smart.
We're using a website designed for you to meet people from all around the world and crash on their couch.
It's called couchsurfing.com, and I think it's the only thing that made this trip possible. Plus, we get to meet great people from all over the US.
Our goal was to see and experience as much as possible while spending the least amount of money, which meant we'd be camping or couch surfing the entire way, or even sleeping in the car. Hotels were out of the question.
Our first day was a long one.
We got stopped and interrogated at the border before finally getting on the road to our first destination.
Driving through Michigan, Illinois, and Iowa isn't the most exciting way to start a journey.
But finally we made it to see our first host, just outside Des Moines.
I grew up here in Iowa, went to school here in Iowa, cannot find a job to save my life, so I'm a waitress. I like to travel.
How did you first get involved with couch surfing?
I heard about it while I was volunteering with some girls from Europe. They told me about it, and I was like, this sounds kind of cool. And when I decided to backpack through Europe for a month, I gave it a go, and it was the best time I'd ever had. But just knowing that, like, you could make connections with people in every single area you go and, like, really make a connection with them. I probably had deeper conversations with these people than people I've known my entire life, so.
So we're in Iowa. We drove for 13 hours. Gonna have some beer. It's been a long day. We're sweaty. It's our first couch surfing experience, and so far so good. We've got a lovely host who's off camera here, and we're gonna, you know, drink some beers and sleep or something.
Okay, so basically we're starting our second day. I did make a stop at McDonald's. It's the only place with cream in the coffee. Didn't get much sleep last night, kind of slept on the floor. I didn't have a pad or a couch. So yeah, we're gonna basically be driving to Denver. Should be about a 12-hour drive, should be fun.
We're stuck in our first traffic jam of the trip. I think it's just about to end, but you'd think we'd get in a traffic jam, you know, Chicago or a big city. But no, we are in the middle of Nebraska. Still in Nebraska, driving through this place for 4 hours now. All we've seen is corn and fields. So Nebraska, put something interesting. I mean, it's better than Saskatchewan, but Jesus Christ.
Oh, look at the dirt hill.
Oh, a dirt hill, all right.
Well, the flat land is going away and there's some mountains over there. Nebraska's gonna be slightly less boring.
See, in Canada, we don't have this. Truck races. What's going on here, Josh?
Oh, I'm making some sandwiches.
Oh, yeah?
Some turkey breast and ham and cheese. No mayo. Someone doesn't like mayo. If you want to fall asleep at the wheel, Nebraska is the place to go.
After 9 hours driving across the Great Plains, we finally made it to the Colorado Rockies.
And it was absolutely spectacular.
This is pretty epic through here. We're blasting through the Rockies. It's pretty epic, as you can see by all our in-car footage. It's all gonna look exactly the same, but you know, put some cool music to it that we have licensing to.
few hours driving through the mountains, we made it to Rifle, Colorado, and met up with John and Darlene, our hosts for the evening.
We have just met our host for our second night, Darlene, in the town of Rifle, Colorado. She's taking us to her and her husband's place up on a mountain. I guess we're going to be doing some off-roading, so this should be interesting. It's quite dark out. The camera is over-exaggerating the amount of light that actually exists, so... Josh, we just like to let everybody know who's watching this film that the level of toxic gas in this vehicle is, needless to say, it's inappropriate. But four-wheel drive recommended, eh?
All right. Well, I got two-wheel. I got half the requirements.
If you look over here, you can kind of see some lights from the town we just came from, Rifle, Colorado. They have a Walmart and a rifle equipment store that doesn't sell guns. So if anyone finds this tape, enjoy the memory card.
We died like there's not. A little bit nicer than the last place.
This is America, Josh.
I'm John. This is Darlene. We live in Colorado for the last 26 years. We've originally came from Kentucky and have lived all
Florida, California,
have lived all over
Seattle.
the United States.
How did you first get involved with couch surfing?
Our friends, our incredible friends who were gas and oil people. This is important. Gas and oil people. She was so afraid of us because we were so vocal against gas and oil and the fracking. We met. We are the best of friends. And she got us hooked into couch surfing. It's been awesome.
You ever had experience with Canadians?
No.
Well, I have.
Are we your first Canadians?
Yes.
Oh wow, eh? As a resident of the United States, what's your overall opinion of like the American culture in the year 2016?
Sucks.
It sucks.
John and Darlene were awesome people, and we had a great time meeting them.
But after a few drinks, we had to call it a day.
The next day was going to be a long one.
The drive to Moab and Arches National Park is only about 3 hours from Rifle. So we decided to start the day with some guns.
See the front sight and the rear sight, and you just center it, right across the top. Back here.
I think we did pretty good for our first time shooting guns.
After some breakfast, it was time to hit the road to Utah. Oh, not going there. The hole.
Well, we're out of Colorado. We're in Utah, heading to Arches Park today. Fun camping. Look at this. We're in a John Wayne movie now. Well, we've made it into Arches National Park in Utah. It's a pretty short drive from Colorado today. About 3 hours. Just driving to the park. It seems we're doing some zigzags up and over these canyon walls here. Pretty epic.
Lend me a hand, give me some heart, there's not much of my left. You got to believe they were wrong. There's nothing you need, it's all you want, it's everything that they take. How could you leave us like this? Lost my faith, a few less stars in the sky. You did what's
Arches really is an incredible place.
And we only just scratched the surface.
We're middle of the canyon, camping now. Into the Arches. Now we're gonna stay the night here. See where the night takes us, and then head further south tomorrow, and where it gets even hot. We got fucking sunburn today too. So for future viewers of this documentary motion picture, Colorado River is pretty cold. Maybe don't go in it.
Okay, so basically what we're doing here is we're cooking 2 cans of soup on a can of propane that we dropped and almost broke. So it should be good. I'm excited for it.
Compared to like all the camping we've ever done, this is the craziest. Like,
Oh, for sure.
this is what we're gonna wake up to tomorrow.
The campground is literally just the shoulder, so. But with views like this, we're not complaining.
It's amazing, like the wind that you get sometimes, like going through Nebraska is fucking ridiculous. Even here, like you get like just hard, heavy gusts of wind and shit.
Even though we're basically in like a walled
We're in a hole.
canyon, yeah. I guess once the wind gets in here, it just kind of.
It's a fucking wind tunnel down here, bud.
Oh yeah, but
To eating our lovely meal of carrots and Campbell's chunky soup, cooked over on a frying pan, within the can,
and Granny Smith apples.
and Granny Smith apples. I like your soup container better, man.
Yeah, it's got a little handle on it. I like it.
And it says soup, so you know that's for soup.
Right, in case you forget.
Shortly after dark, we packed it in for the night.
A night that would turn out to be the toughest of the trip.
So it's morning on Friday. We're still at outside Arches. It's really cold. Got really cold last night, windy, and my air mattress deflated, so I ended up sleeping on a rock. But my back feels okay, and gonna get up and head to Bryce Canyon today and see what that's all about. And then, oh yeah, Grand Canyon. Yes, that's a bit of a hole, but that's where we're going.
Okay, so we're over at Bryce County here.
Bryce Canyon.
Canyon. I thought it was county.
No, it's a canyon. See, look out there. There's a canyon.
I understand there's a canyon. Can't even see the rain that's pouring down right now.
Not to mention the fact that it's 5 degrees.
Wow, it's 5 degrees
Paying $30 to get in here, freeze our asses off, and eat fish crackers.
now. Yep, and an apple.
Yep. We're supposed to go to the Grand Canyon tonight. It's supposed to be even colder at the Grand Canyon. So I think we're gonna look into the option of staying in a motel, which completely goes against everything we're going for on this trip, but it's kind of become a necessity. We didn't come prepared for winter camping, and this is like winter camping. But at least we can get some liquor and
Yeah,
get drunk.
in the end, that's what this trip is about.
I mean, Utah's a pretty cool state. 80-mile-an-hour speed limits.
Yeah.
You know, fish crackers.
Windy. What the?
The rain finally stopped at Bryce Canyon, at least for now, and we came up to this lookout point. Check things out. Hopefully we'll see something. It said dangerous cliff, so we thought we'd check it out. We get out here, and we realize we're literally standing in a cloud. You look over the edge, 5 feet in front of you, it's gray clouds. So I've never been in the cloud before. I guess this is what it's like. You can't see the bottom. It could be 1,000 feet deep. Definitely in a cloud, though.
We would have liked to stay longer, but the weather really sucked.
And we still had a lot of driving ahead of us.
All right, so we're here at the Canyon Dam. I guess it's bigger than the Hoover Dam, or taller. Basically, it's a big wall, water on one side, and I guess less water on the other.
We're on our way to the Grand Canyon, but it's apparently really bad weather. We might not camp out tonight. But the view here is just incredible.
Hard to stay on the road.
Yeah, it's so peaceful and serene. Like, why can't we just camp here?
Yeah.
Why does it have to? It's gonna be 1 degree where we're supposed to be camping tonight, and it's mid-April. When the sun went down, the cameras went off, and we struggled to find somewhere to sleep.
After 2 hours driving, pitch black, we found a place to stay and get out of the cold.
So that's pretty eh?
That was the most dangerous trip I think I've done in a long time.
I don't know if I've been that stressed before. Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, it was pitch black. On one hand, you have the Grand Canyon, but you can't see it because it's raining, basically.
by the way, we didn't realize there was a time change, and we got around and got to the Grand Canyon in pitch darkness, and it's too cold to camp. But we're in a hotel now within the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
It's really nice. That we're gonna get good sleep at least.
Yeah.
It's $100. It kind of broke all the rules for this trip, but
Yeah.
we weren't expecting it to be like literally 1 degree
Yeah,
at night.
you can't
It was
really
uncampable.
Yeah. We were worried, like, it was getting so dark, maybe places weren't going to be open, or...
We were prepared to
They're
sleep
full.
in the car. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. We get to see the Grand Canyon, go to Las
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah, in the daylight.
Yeah. It's gonna get warm tomorrow. I'm gonna shave my beard, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least trim it down to the usual.
Cool.
In case you're wondering, so there's continuity issues going on there. You know, you gotta wonder what someone thought when they first camped on this place. Just walking through the woods, and bam, suddenly there's a mile deep hole. And you know, you gotta figure out how to get across that, and then you go down there, and then you get shot by some natives, and you know, that's the end of your trip. It's pretty awesome here, though. Nothing like it. So they say if you're in America, you want to see a big giant hole, first you go to a Donald Trump rally. You can also check this place out too. Well, we're on our way out of the Grand Canyon, way to Vegas.
Continue en route.
You hear that? Wow. The Jeep, we got a new voice for the GPS. Bro, she's got a pretty hot voice, eh?
Yeah, yeah. I just want to keep making her say recalculating.
Turn right.
On our way to Las Vegas now, doing a run down Route 66, which I think is kind of a rite of passage if you're coming down this way. It's historic for some reason. It's a shut down old highway that nobody uses because there's much better highways now. But when you're a gearhead like myself, you gotta spend some time on Route 66 doing something about kicks, that's what they're saying.
My 69 Mustang was back with a 4-barrel carb straight pipe exhaust and enough horsepower to run the cops.
We are at the Hoover Dam. It's raining, so it kind of went on top of it too, on the other side. That's great. We just dodged a big rainstorm, which is awesome.
What did the fish say when it ran to the concrete wall? Damn.
Down, all the ladies gather round. You'll know it's me when I come through your town.
We're done at the Hoover Dam, and now we're going to Las Vegas to do some gambling and meet up with our host in Vegas, Andy. We haven't met her yet, but she lives in Vegas. Should be gamble-rific.
Oh, it's pretty lame, but yes.
Coming into Vegas here, and we're going over some mountains, and you can see that it's a huge rainstorm way off to whatever direction that is there.
We got to Vegas and met up with our hosts for the evening.
How many times have you hosted Couchsurfers?
Over 100.
The worst that we've experienced, or at least the worst that I've experienced, is some people being just boring and or rude.
Well, there was that one guy.
Who was the most boring and the most rude, right?
He was the most boring and the most rude, and he stayed for 5 days.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. He basically just sat on our couch, complained about how outdated our electronics were, and then
and ate McDonald's every day.
Yeah.
We eat McDonald's every day. I hope that's not a bad thing.
This is a great place to live, I'd say. Except for the weather sometimes. But you know, it's like, the weather's actually like it really feels good. Like if you've been in the summer for like 2 months and it's like 120 for like 30 days in a row. It's just like, it's like a vision quest.
Now, today is exceptionally rainy. How often does it rain in Vegas?
We have over 300 days a year of sunshine.
Yeah, not a lot of rain, but and pretty unpredictable when it's going to be.
Actually, our like seasonal affective disorder is like just from too much sunshine.
Wow.
You get like depressed because
Really?
It never changes. Every time you look out, it's just sunshine. I mean, it's a cool place to live. It's cheap. There's always something to do. It's a 24-hour city. The best thing is to like go to the bar like at 3 in the morning and like stay just till sunrise. And like come out of the bar and like watch the sunrise. It just feels amazing.
We figured since we're in Vegas, we'd check out this strip thing they have.
We're gonna go gamble $5 on red or black. The weather sucks again. Like we're just having a bad string of weather here. Today is one of those days. It's very much raining hard.
We might have been in Vegas on a Saturday, but the rain had us in bed before midnight.
So, did Vegas last night. It's fun. I guess the weather sucked. It's not raining now, so we're gonna head up to California. Sequoia National Park.
Yeah.
Instead of Yosemite today, we're gonna try Sequoia because that was recommended. So,
Redwoods,
trees.
general something or other.
Yeah, let's go look at some trees.
Biggest tree in the world.
Throw the dice with the loaded gun. It'll loosen your lips. We'll have some fun. It ain't right to sell the world tonight.
So we made it to California. We got some citrus. So have to try that. Just pulled over a few minutes ago and there's some strawberries for sale. So I paid $11. I thought I was just gonna get a little thing. Then the guy gave me a friggin' like massive crate of strawberries. And I think these might be some of the best strawberries I have ever eaten in my life. Like, we've been sitting eating them now for like 10 minutes, just non-stop strawberries. Go.
After 6 hours driving, we ascended to the giant forest to see General Sherman, the biggest tree on the planet.
We're headed up Mount Sequoia, or Sequoia National Park, up a mountain to see General Sherman's tree, or the General Sherman tree. It's a big tree, and we once again driven into a cloud. Being in the giant forest was something truly special. But soon we had to head back down the mountain and make camp.
We finally got a fire going. The only wood in town was soaking wet, and it's hardwood. So, and the fire pit was also wet. And basically, I couldn't cut through the hardwood with this little hatchet, other than a couple little pieces. So we used basically a ball of twine, wherever it ended up. We used almost an entire ball of twine and an entire bottle of lighter fluid, but we got the fire going.
It's probably going to rain at some point tonight, but who knows? The experience going to this park has been just, it's hard to describe because you see those sequoias and when you touch them, like, unless you experience it, it's hard to describe because you feel connected to these living things that are thousands of years old. Like, it's something else. I know that we weren't planning on coming here until yesterday, and I think it was probably one of our best decisions the entire trip. Now we're here having a fire in the middle of the mountains, California, amongst trees that are thousands of years old. It's something awesome. I'm happy.
The experience at Sequoia National Park was pretty amazing. The general was nice to see the big tree, huge tree, and just to see the views and the just gorgeous roads. All in all, it was just an amazing park.
Now we're off to Yosemite National Park, but first we gotta find some coffee and maybe some kind of break fast.
We made our way through the mountains, valleys, and orange groves of California up to Yosemite.
I didn't know what I was expecting.
I didn't know what to expect either, because I don't even remember the pictures, personally.
Yeah, me neither. And then, like, we come in, again, there's more awesome twisty roads, and we just come out of this tunnel and around this corner, and there's this just insane
View.
Never seen anything like it. Like,
Waterfalls, massive mountains with snow at the top of some of them, even though we're in California.
yeah, like, didn't know that was gonna happen. Like, it was one of the most scenic things I've seen in my entire life. Now we're in the valley between two mountains. I guess that's Half Dome and that's El Capitan.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, there's mountains on either
That's
side
really
of
good.
us. We're in the valley. This is our first, like, chill day.
Yeah. Yeah, we
We-
got
we-
here pretty early.
This is our 7th day of the trip. It's Monday. And, like, it's been go for 6 days. And then finally, we're here.
Before dark.
Yeah, it's 3 in the afternoon. Finally a chance to sit down and, like, have a beer, smoke a cigar, have some nice dinner. Well, our dinner's gonna be alphagetti tonight.
It's a nice dinner. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine as long as don't get eaten by coyotes today.
Yeah, we saw a coyote earlier and, like, bears.
The rest of the day went well.
We got to chill and drink our beers
Hang out beside a river.
and then have a campfire.
We're gonna eat some strawberries. We are done in Yosemite and currently on our way into San Francisco, California.
As soon as we arrived, we got some crabs.
Crab sandwiches at the Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco.
It's really good. Dinner and a show.
So made it from Yosemite. We're here in San Francisco. First stop here in San Francisco is Lucasfilm. Obviously, being a big fan, have to check it out.
After the Star Wars thing, we went down to Fisherman's Wharf to hang out for the afternoon.
And then we headed to San Rafael to meet our host for the next 2 nights.
So my name is Catherine Pizarro. I'm original from Peru. I live in San Rafael, California. Last year when I planned to go to Canada, I decided to check couchsurfing, and I was checking for some people to be there to host me and my sister, because that's what we did. We did a like girls trip before I went back home. And I just, put my profile, and I thought it was a great idea just to, host people and for them to host me and to get to know some other people and kind of save some money too with the hotels and stuff like that. And I like to also just check the culture and not just like being the very nice touristic places. I want to just interact with people, real people who live there. So that's how it's all started. And I think Lisette and I, my sister and I, we really enjoy, our first time being host for somebody in Canada.
We had a few beers and some pizza before heading off to bed.
It's been amazing here so far. A little windy, a little cold, but get to see some pretty nice sights like the Golden Gate Bridge. We're going to go to the Golden Gate Park later on today, and maybe take a trolley ride or a streetcar or whatever it is that they call them here. And yeah. See San Francisco.
It's where they filmed the famous car chase from the film Bullet, which is one of my personal favorites. And this is a massive decline here. Of course, in the film, they just went at her, and all the hubcaps fell off the cars. Oh, just drove to Steve McQueen Street. Not the real name. We're at a cafe having a beer, patio. Nice day out. Josh Pickles is text messaging. Yep.
Then we decided to walk around, which included some very large hills.
One hell of a hill. 50 mountains. Majestic and all.
It's time to really big hill. We're at this crazy curving road. Apparently one car is parked.
After spending the day amongst tipsters, we headed back to San Rafael to spend the evening with Catherine. So, all positive experiences?
No, no positive. I had to stop with one guy surfing too, and he was kind of funny. I had this, how to call crab. When you're gonna your leg, you're gonna move it or you get crab. I couldn't reach my leg, so I had to call the guy to help me, And so he came and he wrapped my leg, but then he said that he wanted to give me a massage and he didn't want to leave, and I was like, no, I don't think that's gonna work. He said, I can just stay in this bed, we can share. I was like, no, I was blessed. Nothing happened. You know, he didn't try anything else, and you just have to be careful.
Yeah.
When you go, like anywhere. Yeah, couch surfing or not, you never know how people
Yeah.
are out there.
So have you ever hosted anyone before?
No, you actually are the first people, so I was very nervous and excited, and yeah, I was hoping to be like a girl to be the first one that I host, but to be guys, so yeah. No.
Well, hopefully we're friendly enough for you.
Yeah, guys, you're fine. You're good.
Well, another day has passed. Leaving San Francisco and heading to El Capitan in Santa Barbara today. Going along the historic Pacific Coast Highway, the first scenic highway in the world, and possibly the prettiest road in North America from what we hear. Well, we head to Monterey, California. We're at the Laguna Seca racetrack, very famous racetrack. So we're visiting here, and we're going to see Long Beach in a couple days too. So as a race fan, it's pretty cool to be here.
So we're eating our leftovers from the other day, consisting of some cold chicken, banana bread, bananas. What else, that?
Cheesecake.
And cheesecake. Oh, no bread.
We're having our lunch a minute ago at Laguna Seca. I think we're going to have a nice cheesecake and banana bread lunch. I felt something biting my leg. I thought like a bug was stinging me, and turns out that fire ants went after all our shit.
That escalated crazy fast.
Like I thought like just a little bug bit me. Look down, like there's fire ants crawling up my legs. Like we were freaking out, like throwing all our stuff everywhere, trying to get the fire ants off as I was ripping my pants off in the middle of a parking lot. And now we're at a Walgreens eating our cheesecake and getting a remedy for fire ant bites.
Gorgeous. Okay, so we got our campsite set up here in El Capitan State Park. We've got our cooking utensils, we got our chili cooking, we got a really big fire pit, we got our tent set up, and of course we got our laptops, taking all of our pictures off, and yeah, we're ready to camp.
So it's about 7-ish in the morning. El Capitan, a little bit chilly. Josh's still in bed. So I got up a bit early. It's nice and sunny out late, so it should warm up. Just gonna have some beans, got some oranges for breakfast, so should be a pretty tasty morning. Then we're gonna head to the beach first today, check that out, and head out to Los Angeles.
We made a friend today, a little bluebird. I don't think it's blue today, but it's a bluebird. And it's not scared of anything. It came right up to us. We even fed it off our shoulder. We wouldn't eat out of our hands though.
Careful.
He ate basically a slice of banana bread. He hasn't fetched us a beer yet, but I'm sure he will soon.
We sat at the beach for a few minutes before heading off to Los Angeles,
Where we would spend most of the day stuck in LA traffic before arriving at our friend Andrew's house in Hermosa Beach.
When we arrived, the cameras went off and the beers came out.
Saturday morning, we're here in Hermosa Beach near LA. Didn't film a whole lot yesterday. We were stuck in traffic a lot, but we're here in LA. A bit hungover from going out last night with our host here, Andrew, in Los Angeles. today we're heading down to Long Beach for a car race. So I'm getting Josh to wake up so we can get going.
So I met these guys at Amsterdam Brewery, and they seemed like pretty cool guys. So they were telling me they were doing a road trip, so I offered to host them when they're in LA area, and we ended up we stayed a couple nights here. They're pretty cool guys. I'm a big Ford guy myself, so being able to experience that, especially with you being able to like explain all the technical things for cars, because I like cars, but I don't know all the details and everything that goes along with that. So being able to have that someone there being able to tell you the details is huge.
After the race, we were so tired that the three of us passed out before 10 p.m.
You know you're cool when.
This day was cool. We saw a lot of cars and it was really sunny and nice. Today we're going to go see some more cars and go to the beach.
Well, we've made it halfway through our visit in Los Angeles County, California. A couple days from leaving for Tucson. It's hard to describe how nice it is here. It's like 30 degrees, sunny, not a cloud in the sky. It's the second day in a row like this. All right, done at this beach.
It was the beach.
What?
It was the beach.
Yeah, it's beach. We're gonna go look for some chicken wings or something.
I ended up couch surfing on a road trip with my buddy. We did a road trip from Michigan to Texas, and along the way we couch surfed in Nashville, we couch surfed in Arlington, and it's been a great experience.
Well, we've made it to Hollywood. It's later in the afternoon today. We went to the Sony Pictures studio in the morning and didn't do any video there because we weren't allowed. So we're down to Hollywood Boulevard now, doing the whole that thing. And yeah, it should be a good night.
We had an excellent burrito dinner before heading home for our last night in California.
Yeah, couch surfing is a good experience for everyone, and it's definitely giving back, because I know I was in a situation where I needed to have a place to rest my head, and I'll probably host some more people too out here, especially in LA. A lot of people would want to couch surf in LA versus.
We got up early and hit the road for Tucson, Arizona.
We're at a McDonald's in Arizona, just to stop for a little snack, and it's hot as hell out here. Let's hop back in the car here, and it's 39 degrees.
We're in Tucson, Arizona, watching the sunrise. Long day yesterday. Got to meet up with Josh's friends for a nice Mexican dinner. We didn't get to chat too much with our host in Tucson since our schedules didn't really line up, but he's a pretty nice guy. We got up at 4 in the morning today to check out the sunrise here in Tucson at Gates Park, I think it's called. Out in the mountains, and it's pretty epic. We're surrounded by like rocks and cacti. It's cool. Earliest morning on our longest day, we're heading down to San Antonio. So how'd you get in touch with us in the first place?
Through Red Mustang Registry. Saw your post in there, so you were traveling around, so you were asking for places.
Have you done any traveling yourself?
Quite a few. I've been quite a few places. I mean, I've been around most of the U.S. traveling, mostly with my family. So I actually drive a 2011 5.0 Mustang. We just got it 2 months ago. Right now, I think this is my 4th one. So I had my red one for about 5, 6 years.
So would you host random people coming through town again?
Yeah, it's a good experience.
Alright, we are leaving Texas right now, and for the last several days, Houston has had just an insane amount of rain. They're getting a ton of flooding. And this rain, it's coming down. It's just ridiculous. Oh my God, we're driving through rivers here. What happens in Texas and a lot of places in this part of the world is the ground is not dirt like we get in Canada, it's rock. So the water doesn't absorb into the ground like it does, so it just stays on the roads, and you get ridiculous levels of hydroplaning, and people are crashing left and right. Like we have the experience on the road, I think, because we're good old Canadians, but you know, it's pretty rough out here. Hopefully this isn't the last thing we film. We're gonna try and get some steak barbecue for lunch and head to Louisiana. I don't think we'll be doing too much in terms of video today because we're gonna focus on not dying. So go Texas.
After a day of driving through the heavy rain, we made it to our friend Steven's house in Slidell, Louisiana.
Only made it to Louisiana. We're about half an hour outside of New Orleans, and despite the insane rain, we did make it. 9 hours later, it rained pretty much the entire time, but we're here now, and looking forward to going into New Orleans tomorrow with our friend Steven, who's also from my car club, so it should be a fun day.
We spent the day checking out New Orleans, so it would have been nice to have a drink before.
After spending the day downtown New Orleans, we headed back to Slidell to enjoy an evening of rum and beer.
My grandfather bought the property in the 60s, I believe, late 60s, early 70s, and it was a 1-bedroom camp, and he added multiple rooms onto it, made a 2nd story, and they lived here up to the 90s, and they moved out and moved away, and the house has pretty much been vacant since, and it was pretty heavily damaged in Hurricane Katrina, and we've been working on restoring it, either to live here again or sell it. As far as New Orleans culture, I'm living here all my life. It's kind of hard to distinguish it because for me it's a way of life. So it's, you know, from someone who's not from here, I guess they notice it more, because to me, you know, the food we eat and the music we listen to and the way we act, it's been part of me since I was a baby. So what I can say as far as the culture goes though is it's been very apparent as I've traveled across the country and to the other side of the world. There's no other place like this, and there's no other people like this down here. It's definitely its own little world.
So when Hurricane Katrina happened, how did that affect you personally? Like, how did it affect New Orleans in general?
Oh, it affected me. I didn't have anywhere to live. I was out of school for almost 6 months. We didn't have electricity for 4 or 5 months. We were actually stuck where we were. We had to evacuate here because I lived in this house at the time with my dad. And we had to evacuate about an hour away, and we were in the woods at my grandparents' house, and we were actually stuck back there due to a fallen tree. We were stuck for almost 2 weeks at the house because we couldn't get down the road due to a tree. And New Orleans was just devastated. It was a ghost town for almost a year. And it's still, I mean, you saw today as we were riding around, like you got in your pictures, it was, some places still, there's just nothing.
Tired and hungover, we got in the car and headed east.
Well, it was a long, boring drive all the way through Florida, and we made it to Jacksonville, and now we're on the beach here, and it's warmer than the Pacific, but now we managed to swim in both oceans in 6 days.
Well, it's our last full day here in the United States. We left Jacksonville. We had a good time last night with our host there. Didn't really get a chance to chat too much. Not really, no. Cool dude. We had some local beers. It was nice. Now we're headed up to Louisville, Kentucky, or as Canadians would pronounce it, Louisville. And we're here at, well, if you've ever been in the States, at least the east coast of the States, on every highway exit you see a place called the Waffle House. And so far, this is the 63rd one we've seen. So we're stopping here for breakfast. Yeah. So we're gonna stop here and have some waffles and see what this place is about.
We finally arrived in Kentucky, and the first thing we had to do was basically stop off at a KFC and try out their chicken. I don't know if it's gonna be any different. It looks a lot greasier. I guess we're just gonna have to find out.
Soon we made it to Louisville, Kentucky, and met up with Josh's uncle.
Basically, I was an unemployed electrician in Canada, and I had been working on my own in computers and actually built a computer while I was living and working as an electrician. So I decided to chase a dream and get into computers and computer electronics, and we're at a historic house. It's 220 years old. We're the third owners in the 220 years, and the family owned it all the way up until about 40 years ago. We have two and a half acres. Originally, this house had 2,500 acres in the area, and it was built just after just around the turn of the century. About 1700, 1790. We were going to sell the house about 4 or 5 years back, and it was just about the point where the economy started taking a tank down here, and so when we were looking to sell it, we had two different appraisers come in at different times, and they appraised it for about $525,000. Both of them roughly about the same, and we couldn't sell the house, get any offers on it for even up to $300,000. So
We finished off the last of our beer and wrapped up our final night on the road.
We struggled to wake up, but soon found ourselves on the highway, heading home.
We continued to count the Waffle Houses as we reflected on the last 3 weeks of our lives.
America.
Fall down on I could always be. There are some ways that I could set me free. And in her eyes, she's gone. And in her eyes, she's gone home.
One of my favorite things about America, and it briefly came to Canada, was the Krispy Kreme donut. I had it when I was a kid, and I was so excited to come back here and have some nice, hot, fresh Krispy Kreme donuts and eat a whole dozen of them. Unfortunately, they weren't fresh, and if they're not fresh, they're basically just donuts. So, didn't bother doing it.
So our last stop in America before heading back to Canada was a colossal failure. Let's go to Canada.
Yeah.
Get some Tim Hortons.
No.
Follow through until the end, 'cause things will never be complete again.
It was an amazing trip. We saw a lot of things I never thought I'd see. The views that we saw were gorgeous, the people, just every aspect of it.
It's hard to describe how interesting this was. Like, it's a mind-bending experience, just seeing the whole continent in the course of 3 weeks and driving 13,500 kilometers and spending 156 hours in the car.
Some of the sites, I'd have to say my favorite place was probably Colorado. Just the view as you're going through the hills. You have to focus on the road, but you don't want to. You want to look. But at the same time, the road is beautiful. It was the Sequoia Forest was just gorgeous, along with Yosemite, just stunning views. And where you're camping too.
Met a lot of awesome people through couch surfing and through our various sources and whatnot.
Well, one of the hardest parts, I'd say, was probably driving through that rainstorm in San Antonio. That was really intense. But that, the trip went pretty smoothly. Like, the couch surfing worked out really, really well.
Best part for me, I think, probably driving through the hills, Utah, on our way to, Grand Canyon. Some of the views that we saw were just incredible. Awesome experience. Can't wait to do it again.
The final tally for the Waffle Houses are
150, bang on, between Texas and somewhere in Ohio.